David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today, Sunday the 15th of October. Just a very quick update video this morning, as there was only actually one Celtic player on international duty yesterday, but there has been a couple of interesting bits of news and rumours circulating around Celtic, and so we'll update you on those today, plus a mention of the women's team's game later on this afternoon against Partick Thistle. Before we crack on with the video, as always, just a quick reminder, if you can, please, to click that subscriber button, keep on boosting the numbers, and also like the video, and as always, very open to comments with regards to the video, regard to Celtic, or regards to topics raised in the video. And also today there is a question that I'd like to pose you, and so feel free to pop any comments regarding that into the comment section, and we can take it from there. So, only international player from Celtic on duty yesterday was Cameron Carter-Vickers. He came on as a sub for the USA against Germany in the 65th minute, but by that time they were already 3-1 down and had conceded a couple of goals in quick succession to go 3-1 down. The ratings coming out of America for his performance was that he was rated as 7 out of 10 and was said to have made a very big difference to the solidity and confidence in the American defence against Germany, and his performance was lauded by players, management, the press and the crowd alike. And it was said that he had a very, very warm welcome from his teammates, and the crowd and the American media were very happy to see him back in the team. And it would appear that his reputation and abilities are equally valued by the American team and press as they are by Celtic and the Celtic fans. He does have another international match, which is on Wednesday against Ghana, and I would not be that surprised if he starts this time, given how well he played in his 30 minutes or so against Germany. But I do really hope he gets through that game unscathed, then recovers from any jet lag in times for the Hearts match at the weekend, and then the very important Champions League fixture against Atletico Madrid the following week. Good news for Matt O'Reilly, in that he has been called up to the full Denmark squad. Denmark were playing a double-header qualifier in this international break. They beat Kazakhstan and have decided to allow one of the players home to Belgium to be there for the birth of his partner's baby. And so O'Reilly has been called up in his place into the midfield and is thought very likely to start in the game on Tuesday against San Marino. There are rumours that Norway, for whom Matt O'Reilly is also qualified, were on the verge of calling up O'Reilly to their squad, and so I think Denmark will be very likely to give O'Reilly a start, or at least a sub-appearance against San Marino on Tuesday, which would then tie him to Denmark for the rest of his international career, as that will be a full international. Good news, I think, for Matt O'Reilly. I think his form for Celtic in Scotland this season has been very good, probably Celtic's best player on performances this season. He has particularly improved his goal scoring skills and getting into the box skills. I do wish he would actually get a wee bit more involved in the rough and tumble of midfield and supporting the defence when we're under pressure, as I don't think he has quite the same skills for that as Hatate and McGregor. And I think in a game such as against Atletico Madrid, we probably do need our three midfielders to be able to go box to box, compete in midfield, help out the defence, and get the ball out wide to Palma, Maeda, whoever is playing out wide, and over the top to Kyogo to run on to using his pace. And so we'll be very interested to see how Matt O'Reilly does on Tuesday, assuming that he makes his international debut. One other wee piece of news circulating around Celtic comes from Scott McDonald, our ex-player who currently is managing in Australia and regularly contributes to Celtic matters as a pundit. He has some inside rumours indicating that one of Brendan Rodgers' main targets in the winter transfer window, as well as a new goalkeeper to replace Joe Hart, which is thought to be Kevin Kelleher of Liverpool, as being the primary target, for which there's been an apparent considerable amount of negotiations behind the scenes between Celtic, Liverpool, and Kelleher's agent. The other priority position Rodgers has identified is a target man centre forward type player to go alongside Kyogo as a change of style, and also a very useful tactic often nowadays in closing down matches in the last 10-15 minutes. Currently, our South Korean forward O fills that role, and he is good but not great at that role, and is not probably as strong in the air as he should be for a man of his height and physique. And so it appears Celtic are looking for more target man centre forward to hold the play up, similar to what we used to have with players such as Hartson, Sutton, and even Pierre van Hooijdonk. Celtic in the summer transfer window were said to be closely linked to Pierre van Hooijdonk's son, Sydney. And for a while it looked like there was a potential transfer to Celtic, as he was unsettled in Italian football. And at Bologna, having returned from a very successful loan season at Heerenveen back in Dutch football, where he had scored over 20 goals in the top Dutch league. However, it would appear that the disputes between Van Hooijdonk and Bologna, and between Van Hooijdonk's dad, Pierre, and Bologna seem to have settled down, but that may be rekindled in the winter transfer window. Van Hooijdonk, Sydney Van Hooijdonk is 6'3", is again maybe not as good in the air as one would expect for a player of that height and his physique, but he is still a very young man, and so can develop that further and further with coaching and playing time. The other option Celtic had been exploring very closely in the summer transfer window was Matthijs Kiesgaarden. from Danish football. He is much smaller at 5'8", more of a Henrik Larsson type player. Is surprisingly good in the air. Is actually able to hold the ball up, as people such as Larsson and Kevin Dalglish were both able to do. And so a slightly different style of player to Kyogo, and would be an interesting change of pace and style if Kyogo wasn't working out, or if Kyogo was out injured. And there are resurfacing rumours that Kyogo is going to need shoulder surgery, and I wonder whether Celtic might delay that for another few weeks until the Champions League fixtures are over, or maybe even delay it into the winter transfer window, sign a new striker, and then they have the options of and the new striker to cover whilst Kyogo recovers from his shoulder surgery. There's no certainty of that, and again, it doesn't appear it's a serious issue, simply an issue of recurring shoulder dislocations or subluxations, and is the kind of operation that can be delayed for a long time. And so maybe Celtic will wait for the end of the season in May, June before they send him for surgery. No other names have been put forward, and the Scott McDonald story was rather vague, just simply indicating that Brendan Rodgers is looking to spend a good chunk of his winter transfer window money on a target man, new additional centre forward. When first questioned early in the season, he seemed to be going for the option of using Dyson Maida as his third choice striker, backed up by players such as Abada and Forrest and Yang and Tilio, etc. Dyson Maida hasn't really worked out for Celtic in a striker role. One other option is our new Honduran player, Luis Palma, who does often work through the middle, previously in Honduran, Greek and international football. But he, like Kyogo, is quite slight, more of a player to run onto the ball in the box rather than holding up play to bring other players onto the ball. Anyway, as I said right at the start of the video, was hoping that some of you may also have ideas and thoughts as to who Celtic may target as that more robust, strong target man, centre forward to hold the ball up and be a threat in the air from crosses, corner kicks and free kicks. Celtic do seem to be lacking that for the last several years. Although Giorgio Giakoumakis was a wee bit more of that style. So feel free to pop any names into the comment section, and I'll look to research those and discuss them further on future videos. Finally, to finish off, just a minute or two talking about the Celtic women's team. They are playing their 10th league match this afternoon against Partick Thistle. The game will be live at 4:10 on BBC Alba in Scotland, for those who've got access to that channel. Celtic so far this season in the Women's Premier League have played 9, won 9 record. They're ahead of Rangers by a couple of points and by 5 over their other big rivals, Glasgow City. They've scored 49 goals this season in those 9 wins, and so have an excellent record this season. Partick Thistle currently lying 4th, and they have turned out this season to be the best of the rest, i.e. they're top of the sort of second league in the Scottish Women's Premier League, as Celtic, Rangers and Glasgow City are considerably ahead of the other 9 teams in the league. However, Partick Thistle are a team to be reckoned with. They have the potential to take a point off Celtic. We have played them already this season. That was in the Glasgow Cup semi-final on the 26th of July, a game that Celtic won 4-0 with a couple of goals from Caitlin Hayes and also goals from Natalie Ross and Chloe Craig to complete the 4-0 win. We fully expect Celtic's women team to win this game, although probably closer than many of their games this season, and then that will set them up for the last game in this round of fixtures, where they will be playing Rangers on the 22nd, so a week today. That game is going to be at the Excelsior in Airdrie at 12 noon next Sunday, and tickets apparently are available online for that for those who want to see the game live at the ground. I will, of course, update everybody on the result of the Celtic v Partick Thistle Women's League match tomorrow afternoon, this afternoon in my video tomorrow, plus any news coming out of Celtic, although it does not appear there are any main Celtic players on international duty today. So for today, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Please do have a wee go at the Cameron Carter-Vickers related trivia question in the quiz section. Also, please, if you can, take that like button and subscribe button. And so for today, goodbye and hail, hail.